of the first songs Śrīla Prabhupada introduced in the West, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura calls us to awaken, Jīva Jāgo. Lord Gaurāṅga calls, wake up, sleeping souls, wake up, sleeping souls. You have slept so long in the lap of the witch Māyā. You came into this world saying, O my Lord, I will certainly worship you. But having forgotten this promise, you remain in great ignorance. So this is part of the um, third canto, whereas living entities, when we are in our mother's womb, we make a promise that when this time I come out, I'll make sure I'll become a devotee. I don't focus on anything else except you. But then as soon as we come out, the program changes. So that has been told here by Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura in a song. Therefore, Mahaprabhu's calling out in this particular song, wake up, sleeping soul, wake up, sleeping soul. You have slept so long in the lap of the witch Māyā. You came into this world saying, O my Lord, I will certainly worship you. But having forgotten this promise, you remain in great ignorance. Now, the continuation of Purijana Prabhu's writing. The mode of passion makes us think that we are functioning under our own power. We forget Krishna, become materially exhausted, and depend only on Krishna. Otherwise, the mode of passion will put you to sleep. Again, from the song, Lord Gaurāṅga is calling, I have descended just to save you. Other than myself, who else is your friend? I have brought the medicine for destroying the illusion of Māyā. Now hear what we have to do to receive this medicine. Now beg for this Mahāmantra and take it. We have to call sincerely from the heart, from the soul, because we are aware that our need for shelter is as urgent as a fish's need for water to breathe. If we can learn to beg for the Mahamantra, we will have learned to take shelter of the holy name. Begging requires that we approach our benefactor without false ego, with full humility. In this regard, it's important to note that vast difference between humility and low self-esteem. When person suffers from low self-esteem, they think only of themselves. Humble persons also recognize their shortcomings, but after briefly touching out on their faults, they turn instantly to Krishna for shelter and protection. The fruit of the sincere effort to chant is humility, and the fruit of humility is namashraya. Seeking the name's shelter means to chant with sincere feeling. And from there, we begin to taste the name and develop unwavering attachment. So that's the section on this one. So we have to beg for the holy name, and that has to be done on a humble state of mind. Humble state of mind means recognizing our shortcomings. Not everyone is perfect, as we always know and heard. None of us are perfect, but we understand what our shortcomings are, and we work towards that by taking shelter at the holy name, at the feet of the holy name, Namashraya, in a humble state of mind. So that's a key message. Now continuing, remain dependent. The discussion of Namashraya addresses the question of why our chanting hasn't brought its promised result. The false ego has not allowed us to chant Krishna's name in a mood of a soul urgently requiring shelter. We have been tricked into thinking ourselves doers of even our spiritual practices. This is an important point. Bhakti is not something we can accomplish. So, one more time. In a mood of soul urgently requires shelter. We have been tricked into thinking ourselves doers of even our spiritual practices. So, this is an important point because Even sometimes we feel when we achieve something spiritually, we think it's because of my own effort. But that is where the key point is. We take up some project, we make it successful, any of those things, right? For that matter, when we start thinking it's because of my own effort, I was able to finish this project, finish this service, um, make this temple better, or make so many devotees, whatever you can think of, in whatever ways. It's if you continue to think that it's just simply a trick, a game, it's nothing but we are still in an illusion of I am the doer. We are not dependent on Krishna. We should understand we just are an instrument. That's all. Um, it just reminds me of something. Few days back, I think we were completing in the evenings Srimad Bhagavatam reading. Yeah, it was Srimad Bhagavatam reading. I think Gopal Prabhu was finishing the 10th canto. And while he was finishing the 10th canto, Ramacharya Prabhu was also there. He was appreciating so much Gopal Prabhu for completing the um, 10th canto. And you mentioned that no one had an opportunity, but you've been blessed to complete the 10th canto. So you're fortunate. Um, the point is that when such glorification comes, we have to take it in the right mood. Of course, Gopal, we all know how humble he is. He would not take otherwise. But just this example is that if Gopal Prabhu, he start thinking that, yes, see, so many people read. It was only me, Krishna blessed me that I have to complete the 10th canto. I must be very special. I must be a great person. Something that something is there in me that Krishna is blessing me that I got a blessing to complete the 10th canto. Then that's a problem. Why? Because for Gopal to finish the 10th canto, he cannot finish the 10th canto unless and until the other readers have completed the other chapters of the 10th canto. If they have not read the first through 90 chapter, 89 chapter, where is Gopal is going to finish the 90th chapter? It's not possible for him to do. Therefore, in spiritual practices, in the spiritual thing, it is not the end result. Here's another thing. A man went to a restaurant, and then he was a miserly person, doesn't spend money, but he was very hungry. He went to the restaurant. He ate something. He first ate whatever. He just spent little money and drank a glass of milk. He was still hungry. And then he thought, okay, let me spend a little more money and take a couple of idlis. So he took a couple of idlis. Still he was hungry. Then he went and had, okay, give me a dosa. He had dosa, not over yet. Then he had, okay, give me paratha. Then he took paratha. And then finally he said, still I'm hungry. So he asked for a couple of jamun. He ate jamun and he was full. And now he was beating to himself, thinking that if I known this one, I would have ordered for jamun first instead of ordering all those things and spending my money. So you know what the message is. Um, it's not going to be possible, right? Every item helped him to satisfy his hunger. Likewise, for Gopal to get to the last chapter and to complete the chapter, the canto, 10th canto, everyone helped him to come to that point. Otherwise, he wouldn't be achieving to complete the 10th canto. This is the same point has been mentioned. We have to be very careful that to think ourselves to the doer is very easy. No one have done this one. I did it. Right. So that's a very serious matter to think that in that way. So we have been tricked into thinking ourselves doers of even our spiritual practices. We are not. Bhakti is not something we can accomplish. It is not a certification program because I finished as Bhakti Shastri. Now I am a Bhakta. Bhakti Vaibhav, I am a Bhakta. You may not even have certificates, but you may have all the good qualities of what a bhakta should have. So it's important not to discourage the education. I'm very much into education, but the education should not bring you a head weight. That's the point. As you know, the tree grows, it bends of its fruits. The tree that stands straight doesn't have fruits, right? The more the fruit on the tree, it bends towards the ground. Likewise, the more the education that we get in Krishna consciousness, we have to bend down. We have to become humble. If that humility is not there, as we know, as our knowledge grows, as our ears in Krishna's consciousness grows, then we have not really learned much. We are just another EAI full of information where we can gather information and give immediately answers, knows things. But in practice, we are not a bhakta. In reality, we are not bhaktas. As long as we can consider ourselves the doer, kartaham iti manyate, we will be bewildered by false ego, ahankara, vimudhatma. False ego means to see ourselves as the center. We want to go to Krishna Loka, and there we will be dot dot dot. Insignificant servants? That's a question mark. Krishna has billions and billions of servants. Why does he need one more? Is there any consequential service he needs me to offer? In this world, we always want to be someone, we want to be under the limelight, right? We want to be center of attraction, center of focus for people. Everyone should be around me. Everyone should praise me. Everyone should give importance to me. And I should be doing a very special services or a very special project where no one else have done. These are all materialistic thought and mind. But the point here has been made that in the spiritual world, we are not going to be one of the very special. We are going to be one among the billions and billions of Krishna's servant. Right? That's a mode that we are trying to develop here. So we are getting qualified to go back to Krishna. If we still have the idea that I want to be very special devotee, then we don't have a space in Goloka. Because if you're very special, you stay here. If you think that you one among the other devotees, in fact, you are lower than anyone. When Hanuman went to Lanka, Ravana asked, "Who are you?" And after giving himself a big introduction on who he is, and then Hanuman said, "If you think I am a great, powerful monkey, please understand that I am the lowest, smallest, uh, powerless monkeys of all hundreds and thousands and millions of monkeys that serving Ramachandra. I'm the lowest one." That's the mood that Hanuman had. He didn't think, yes, see my power. It was not like that. Why does so? Actually, we can do nothing when we are overcome by false ego. Actually, we can do nothing when we are overcome by false ego. Surrender eradicates false ego. And from there, we can become truly empowered. Real devotees know they can accomplish nothing. Whatever they do is only for the causeless mercy of Guru and Krishna. Pure souls view even their own advancement as a gift. So, pure souls view even their own advancement as a gift, an opportunity to serve and glorify higher personalities. Krishna tells Arjuna, Nimitta matram bhava savya sachinna. You, O Sachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, 33rd sloka. We will be happy when we can become instruments in Krishna's service. Consciousness, willing servants. So it's always better and to think in the way of that we are instrument in Krishna's service rather than we are the master and we are the main person to do the service. Because if we depend on Krishna and become an instrument, then whatever Krishna does, we'll be happy. If we think we are the doer, then something happens, then we become broken because we think that we failed, right? Failure or success is not a big thing for devotees because they are going under the direction of Krishna, and Krishna is directing them, and they are just an instrument. According to Krishna will, the result could be whatever. But what matters is our action. Our action is what Krishna is seeing, not the result. How much we are sincere, how much we have a strong interest and desire in Krishna consciousness, how much we want to serve Krishna and devotees. That interest and the action is what Krishna is looking for. Whether we succeed or not, that is not our concern, our program, because we think ourselves as instrument. So the result is left to Krishna. Why? Because I use this I use the cell phone as an instrument, right? It is my decision how I want to use this instrument. I can use this as a completely audio device or a video camera, or I can use this for making phone call, or I can use this for games. Whatever I want is my choice, but I do my job. So if you can give me another few more minutes, I would like to complete 2 more sessions. Please bear with me so we can finish this chapter. How to see difficulties. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura presented 4 simple points regarding how a devotee sees the material world and its difficulties. So these are from Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's words. That person, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, excuse me. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur presented 4 simple points regarding how a devotee sees the material world and its difficulties. That person is entitled to the attainment of the service of the feet of Godhead, the remedier from worldly bondage, who lives by submitting to him by heart, speech, and body, realizing by his good vision Krishna's mercy in the suffering entailed caused by his own misdeeds. There is no other way of being. You know what? Let's pause here. I don't want to rush. Focus is important. I think time is clicking here. So we'll pause here, and it's okay. We are not in a rush to finish this. We can take this up later. Thank you all very much for joining. We'll continue our program tomorrow, 5 a.m. Central Time. Hare Krishna, chant and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.